Heya People, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last episode we failed at playing Risk, but we also happened to meet a nice girl and have tea with her for quite a long while. And now we're gonna head with that nice girl to check out the library. For the first time, finally, in the game. So, side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor, rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is a wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with the distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old-world air. Also, not to mention, there's that painting on the far left that looks very, very old world. It's just, the books, they don't even look like they have illustrated covers, except for the ones on top of the shelves on the left. The rest of them just kind of have regular spines with volume numbers. Kind of a little boring for me, but it's alright, says Hisao. There don't seem to be a lot of students here, considering the time. It isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or in the dorms.
Yuko, are you here?
She says this to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course, Lily can't see this. And also, I will note I tried a different voice for Lily while I was in between videos, and I think this might work better because the last voice it sounded a little less feminine and elegant, and I think that's kind of more of what Lily is. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction, so apparently he's more blind than he realized. Bump. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Ooh. The wail and the distant reaches from us. Probably a girl, probably the librarian, so... Aww. Oh, there she is. Nice to meet you. Just pop right up. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Alright.
Hi, Lily. How can I help you?
Wait, what about me? Aren't you gonna say hi to me? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her neck. Just like,
hi, can I help you? Ow, fuck. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk and I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Okay? Are you alright? I'm sorry. I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. I've had so much worse.
She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Really, she tried to tell Lily,
haven't you seen Dragon Ball? Come on. He bashed his head and he got to be a superhero. He became a good guy, and then every time he got his head bashed in after that, he got stronger and stronger. That's the way. I want to be a Saiyan just like him. Alright? I will power up one day. Yes. Worse things have happened.
That's just what she does in the corner. She starts crying. It's like, worse things have happened. And nobody wants to know about them. Alright, Lily? The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop a concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. Probably a nervous tick. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly.
Ah, Lily, did you get my message?
Message? What do they have here? Are they all spies secretly? Nah, wrong show.
Message, Message. Oh, the 2 important books that arrived? Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but...
Amidst her celebrations,
partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does, because I was too blind to realize she was there. And she was too blind to realize I was here the whole time, right next to Lily, just watching their conversation, just kind of standing in the corner, awkwardly, trying to look at the books and realizing they're all boring, at least as far as I'm concerned, but she noticed me eventually. Thank you, Senpai. Thank you. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. I am sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. There we go. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. She's a special case. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right. Hisao, pleased to meet you too. Hisao? Alright, Hisao? For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Which is very respectable, because if you forgot my name, that'd be a shame. I am, after all, the main character. I am Hisao. Alright. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. No, she looks like she's smiling to me right now. Yuko, at least. Oh, yeah, there's some fear there, kind of like worried. It doesn't feel like terror. It feels a bit like a hyperbole to call it terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. I'm just a librarian. My job doesn't involve helping people find books that they would like. My job only involves hiding under tables and reading books and hurting myself, alright? And importing books for you. How it's any responsibility at all, I don't get. But her objection is so sincere. I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. Okay. So, she needs some constant supervision just for the rest of her life, if that's what she would rather do than be a librarian and tell him where the light novels are. But I'm sure there are therapists at this school to help with that. Maybe that's why she was sent here. Social anxiety? Or maybe she's just a librarian as a career. But, so there are a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. Okay, so she's employed. Yeah. It's so troublesome, and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job, but then I realize this is the one thing I haven't so royally messed up in my life, that if I messed it up, where would I turn? Myself, too. What job would I do then? A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. And it starts to sink in that Yuko is a very, very, very awkward woman who does not know when to stop disclosing information and when to stop saying sorry. I'll go check the aisles then, if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Personally, though, I would really like it if she stopped talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. Oh, there we go. We're gonna have to say goodbye to Lily. She seems pretty nice, alright. You know, so far, out of everyone we've met, she seems like the nicest. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. It's like a TARDIS. You open it up, you see those doors, it's in the middle of the floor, and you say, wait a minute, why are there so many books?
Why in the world? Nobody reads these. Can't I have them for myself? Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. And really, that's all the comfort I've needed. This whole experience for me has been shaking and changing, just stressful. I'm not used to living amongst people I've never really had to experience before, seeing their lifestyles, and just to get an essence of what my old normalcy is. It's just great. Oh wait, these aren't lines in the visual novel? My bad. I was reading in. Alright, what's he gonna say? It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily and snuck it with us in here. Unless it was here to begin with. I mean, maybe it's just because Lily is here. The game is telling me Lily is best girl. Something about that pushed me at ease, just like before. I reached the end of the aisle and found a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice, quiet corner at the back. I mean, this whole place is probably quiet, but you probably found a comfortable corner, so I'll give you that. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back's pretty much deserted. I can never get the sleeping in a library. Hell, I can't sleep in class or anything. It's just... I can't sleep in public. I snore. If I fall asleep, it will be obvious. I'll be just like... It's going to be worse than that, but I'll sound somewhat like that. Just like... And, I'd get ousted pretty quickly, I'd think. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. I don't think Misha is the type to read. Shizune? Kenji might read. Maybe. He's not... Oh! I didn't expect her. I think this is a chance we finally get to meet her. Finally! After all the times we have seen her and she just leaves and runs away from us. We can literally corner her in a quiet library and be like, hey, please don't run away from me. I'm not that scary, I promise. Please. It's the dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had pegged her as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. For the English version of delinquency, or just like the, like the Yankee version of delinquency, as I've seen like anime and manga, I don't imagine her that way. I don't just imagine, she's just standing like a bat with metal nails all twisted, poked into it. See like some sort of bandana or headband. She's like, hey, I'm the boss of this school. I'm a delinquent, you know? And just dye her hair some wild color. That's kind of the image I get when I think of a delinquent. I guess if you're saying like a truant, I can sort of get that more. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Why'd she do that? Why'd she do that in the first place? And why would she do that because of that why? The infinite loop of whys. It began. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface. Before I know it, I'm walking towards a mysterious, long-haired, cute girl. Girl. Sorry for the Freudian slip. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself, as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. It's not like she's gonna run away scared of me, right? Right? Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. I'm just casually lay down like, hey girl, I see you reading. I'm reading too. On a beanbag? Nah. Beanbag reading buddies? This is new. Oh, the girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. Oh, she is very surprised him. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of his face, at least a third, if not half, is badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. And I realize that it's not polite to stare, but goddamn, you don't see people with scars like these every day. And I don't care about the scars. I'll let her know I love her anyways. For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. There we go, Sal. You're being a little more conscious of your actions. Oh,
We get a choice.
It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for.
Hi, I'm new here. Hisao Nakai. We're in the same class.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm sorry.
Let's pull a Yuko and say we're sorry. Maybe it'll work out for once.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
It's okay. Maybe a voice kind of like that. Something maybe a bit shy.
The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods, just a little.
Okay.
Does he mean like sit in the beanbag next to her? Or does he mean share the beanbag? Because he's moving fast if he's sharing a beanbag. I take the seat next to her. Okay, next to her. And she hides herself behind her book. This game answers all the questions I posed, like a line after. I should probably stop posing those questions. Life of Pi. Never heard of it, but I'm pretty sure I have this vague feeling that there will be a movie about it. And there will be a tiger called Richard Parker. And that's all I'll say. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little bit before replying.
I know. We are in the same class.
Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it is barely audible, even in the still library. Somehow, I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. I realize that the image drawn up in my mind of a badass, motherfucker, is probably very far from the truth in that she's not any but close to it. Assertive or extroverted from what it seems.
Hanako. I'm Hanako. We got a name!
I resist the urge to say that's a nice name, just to have something to say. But really, it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about this kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. ... So I try to read the covers and introductions of the books I just picked up, and she buries her face in her own book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize that she's doing the same thing and only pretending to be immersed in Life of Pi. Bingo! Mutual love. I win already. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. Oh, she's just nervous. What do we got here? When her gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Oh! Bursting up, full portrait. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath.
I've
got to go do something! Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs toward the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen, and instead, I only see Yuko and Lily happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I just kind of give up and approach the girls and ask them, "Hey, did you notice a girl run past here? I swear it was not my fault she ran off. Not this time."
Maybe? What did she look like?
Long, dark hair, kind of shy. Not shy necessarily. I mean, it's not like she's run away from me nearly every time we've met. She had, well, how do I put this kindly? Some scars on her face. And,
You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you?
Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something.
Oh dear, Yuko, would you excuse me? I had better try and find her. Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back.
What's going on?
I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. You just messed up again. Probably.
Right, I'll see you later then. Oh, we're stuck with Yuko. I don't know how we feel about that right now. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong?
What did you do?
Nothing. I was just looking for the books, and then she got this writ and ran off. I swear I wasn't staring at her, basically. The most offending thing I can think of was that I might have looked at her general direction just a few times.
Oh, she is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people.
Maybe whatever happened to give her those burns led to, like, traumatic history, probably got bullied or something. And now she's just shy, no social anxiety, she doesn't know if she can trust people. Just a guess. Could be totally unrelated, maybe she was just always kind of anxious. Isn't that a bit strange?
I wonder, it's just how she is, I think.
Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Alright? And if I say that word ever again, I'm gonna start feeling like Holden Caulfield. And there's one thing I hate worse than being phony. Alright, listen, Yuko? We're in a place with books. I hate being Holden Caulfield. Like, I'm supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Like, their scars. What could I do?
Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way.
Oh, you showed him. You got him, Yuko. That is right. If you just say, you know what, I don't care about this, it doesn't matter. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. I have such a winning smile. Wow, at this point, this Let's Play, we're going to be playing Hisao as entirely just this cocky young gentleman who has no idea what this new life is like. It's kind of what he's like.
What? Did that sound stupid?
No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Alright, it's all about me in this world, alright? Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Really like doing that.
Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you.
Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprise myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. Like, I probably read 100,000 times more than the other people I used to know in my old school. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill the time. I couldn't do much else.
I see.
Oh, it's kind of... But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess it's what they call tact. Yeah, that's a good thing. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl my pocket for the key to the door. Some sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying, or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. And what is that sound? I'm not sure. You know why? Because I have not clicked on the next line. But we're gonna find out on the next episode, alright? So, this is the end of this episode of Katawa Shoujo. Bye-bye for now.